Hey y'all, it's Kimberly again. Yep, I'm the realtor agent that forgot that she had not unpacked her makeup yet. So yeah, I got a filter on. But y'all don't hate me for that. Y'all know I don't look like this. Anyway, I'm old and wrinkly and don't have no eyelashes really. But that ain't the point of this. Pay no attention to what I look like. Just listen to what I got to say. I just did another video talking about you should always have a good real estate agent in your back pocket, or a realtor. Realtors are different than real estate agents. All realtors are real estate agents, but all real estate agents are not realtors. A realtor is a designation that basically we uphold to a higher moral, ethical way to work. So that's why I say talk to a realtor. Real estate agents that did not join the Association of Realtors, they are not bound to the Association of Realtors Code of Ethics. All right, I'm a realtor. Been a realtor for 19 and a half years. All right, so this is what I want to talk to you about now. The last video was talking about having a realtor in your back pocket that you can call on and talk to them about things when things come up about your property, or whether you're renting and you're thinking about buying a property or whatever. So these are some more pointers that I'm putting here in this social media form, but I'm also going to be uploading them to another platform as well. I'll tell you more about that later. So, talking about people that are maybe thinking about selling their properties and going to rent. All right. I am a broker in charge. I am also considered a property manager because my company does have the right to do that. So I've been a property manager for as long as I've been a broker in charge. Okay. This meaning someone comes to me and says, hey, I have a house. I don't want to sell it. I'd like to rent it out. Could you do that for me? We end up in a management contract. They are my client. And then I turn around and I rent their property out for them. And I have to follow the state laws that are mandated as a property manager, as a realtor, real estate agent, broker in charge, and as someone that has a client, and also the state's Landlord/Tenant Act. I am considered their landlord, not the owner of the property. They don't even know the owner of the property, okay? They just know me. So when I tell you these things, I know what I'm talking about because I do this. This is part of my job now. People that are thinking about renting, maybe your house payment is a little bit more of a stretch that you really don't want to have to do anymore, and you want to sell your property. Okay, so be it. But think about this. If you're in a fixed rate on your home, your house payment is never going to increase for the principal and interest. Your taxes could go up. Your homeowner's insurance could go up. That is your escrow payment. It should not be that much per month, all right? Depending on where you live at. You go rent somewhere, I would say 99.9% of the time, your rent is going to go up every single year. Or if you're on a 6-month lease, every time your lease renews, it could go up. Ever think about that? So there might be some enticement to go and rent an apartment somewhere because they're like, if you come and rent now, we're giving you an incentive. Your first month's rent's free. And we'll waive our application fee. Okay. Y'all, they're not dumb. They already done figured all this out. They're not going to lose any money off of you. Okay. There are stipulations to those things. And you don't know about it until you've already signed a 50-page lease. And you probably didn't read it, so you don't even realize what all you got yourself into. If you break your lease, for whatever reason, if you don't pay your rent, that's breaking your lease. If you decide you got to move, you're breaking your lease. Unless you're going to let it ride itself out And you also have to give them, nowadays, it's about a 60-day or a 90-day notice that you're going to move and not renew your lease. Well, guess what? There is some little caveats in there that if you got one of those freebies or you got some kind of special move-in special rate, whatever, if you break your lease, now you owe for that. They're not going to let you have that little incentive plus mess up your lease. They're going to get their money back, okay? And on top of that, they're going to hit your credit report with all kind of mess. That now you're going to have to either pay them, tell them to take you to court to get it straightened out, or it's going to affect you moving forward for like the next 7 years because they hit your credit report because of non-payment or for breaking your lease or whatever. It's all kind of stuff, y'all, that you don't even want to know. I'm just telling you, you don't even want to know. The list is an arm long of things that they can do to affect your credit. Okay? The other thing is this. The people that's doing these leasing agents or whatever, most of them are not licensed real estate agents. Okay? The owner of the place may have the property management license, but the people that's working for them, as long as they are employees, they don't have to have a license. All they know is what they have been told by their boss. Okay? Keep that in mind. So just because they tell you something don't mean it's the law and don't mean it's true. And to all y'all people out there that work for these companies, y'all can be mad at me if you want to, but my job is to be moral and ethical to everybody and to be fair and honest with everybody. And that's what I'm doing. Whoever wants to listen to me. Okay? If you do hold a license, great. Good for you. I'm glad you have a license and you're following the law. But a lot of people don't. The other thing is, even if they do have a license, a lot of them don't follow the law. And they don't care until they get caught and they have a complaint filed on them. And then it takes forever for something to be done about it. All right, so there's that. The other thing that I want to bring up is, say like you want to go rent property, but you don't want to go through an apartment complex. Or you don't want to go through a property management company like I have. You want to just deal with an owner or an individual that rents out some property they have. Okay, they might have a house they want to rent out. Okay, you're going to have the good and the bad no matter which route you go. But you're going to have a greater chance of failure by going and renting from an owner. This is why. An owner only knows their property. Unless they have been to real estate school, or they hold a real estate license, or they have worked in this business, they do not know what the laws are. And there are also some equal housing laws that an owner does not have to follow. They may know that, they may not know that. So you may think your rights are being violated by your landlord when may not be, because an owner is not bound by the same laws as a property management company or a real estate agent is bound to. Okay? Example. Say like, and I hate to say it this way, but say like there's an owner that's trying to rent their property out, but say you don't know this, but they're racist people. And you start telling them, like you're desperate to rent something, and you start telling them your life history and, tell them how many kids you got and, just, how you are. People want to just tell everything about themselves, thinking it's going to help you, and all it's doing is hindering you. If that owner don't like anything about you, thinks, no, I don't want to rent to you. You might meet them face to face. If they're racist, you're not the same race as them, they can say no. Guess what? That ain't against the law. An owner can do that. Okay? There's all kind of stuff, y'all. Y'all got to be aware of what you're dealing with. And I'm running out of time. Go to the next video. Well, it says I got 15 seconds. My thing is this. You better off renting from a property management company. Period. Because they're going to follow the law or they're supposed to. Okay? Next video.